Azure Resource Manager, also known as ARM. So that's basically a deployment and management service for Azure resources that enable infrastructure as code. And you can create templates in JSON format, but also bicep format, which is like Azure specific, template specifications. You can use it for deployment, different types of like complete, what if, incremental one, for managing, for example, resource groups, tags or logs, and also for security, like role-based access control, manage identities. So it enables infrastructure as code, but maybe it's good to know what actually is infrastructure as code. That's basically practice to manage and provision compute resources through some kind of syntax, so through some code, rather than physical hardware configuration or interactive configuration tools. So one of the examples is ARM templates, which can be, as I said, JSON templates, bicep templates, but it can be template specifications. For example, in JSON templates, you have different parameters, you have variables, you have resource definitions. Bicep, for example, gives on top of type safety or simplified syntax a little bit, modular design, and so on. You can also have Terraform, which gives HCL syntax or state management, also module system. This is a bit advanced. You can use CLI for if you want to do it from CLI, like, so you do it. You can also have a command line automation. CLI is also good for scripting, and of course it's cross-platform. And the PowerShell, the same, basically what CLI above, just with different syntax. IAC, what can be useful for what kind of scenarios for environmental management. So for example, you have development, testing, production, resource deployment, let's say virtual machines, networks, storage, application deployment, web applications, containers, serverless, or also compliance for like some security standards, audit trails, policy enforcement. Basically, you can create application using a template instead of a mouse in the Azure portal. A couple of benefits, it's a bit more consistent because there is standardized deployments, less errors, and it's a repeatable process, so you can you can speed this up a bit, automate, so it's a bit more efficient. You can optimize resources. Your other team members can code review, so it's collaboration, so you can coordinate with the team. Yeah, so there are a couple of good points on that. So I will go to Azure, and then I go to my resource group, sample one, okay, test RG, okay, and now here, no, not here. Okay, and now I create. Okay, and now what I will do, I will look for template. Yeah, template. Oh, and for example, you can see template deployment, deploy using custom something, or template specs. Let me this it's not here, but let me also see if I can go through here. Yeah, here you can also look through this. So here we want to go template, deployment, deploy using custom templates, because there was it was a cut. So I go here, and then I can create something. So for example, so here, like you see, there are a crazy amount of templates. So you can just go through. For example, what I will see something which if I forget, I don't get too much cost. Maybe Azure firewall. And then you can see client server sandbox, create with firewall plus explicit, create with another repository. So there are many like pre-configured things already for you. So it's you don't need to know everything, all the settings. So it reduces the mistake you could do. Storage blob container, for example. And then if you click edit template, then you get this. And then I can add some. So I have the template, and then I can make some kind of a change, for example, and then it will be slightly different. What's the default one? Let me see if I can do something. Maybe storage account name. Storage account name. That is the name of storage. Container name. Default value. So here, if I set default value standard LRS, okay. Name, okay. Let's see. And then I got this. You see the name I got the name here. So it was pre-filled. If I go back, so now I don't have it, and then I go save, and then I don't have anything. You see? So that's how it works. And then there is the process of going through all resources like we have been doing already before. And then now we just created resource with the help of infrastructure as a code. Even if it will fail, it's okay, but you got the grasp that so this is basically you got a list of templates which help you out with predefined values. You can edit the values in this programmers like syntax, and then you can make some changes and then speed this up, the creations, and reduce mistakes, because you have seen there are so many templates, so you can there are many kind of scenarios which are already covered for you. And then I have it. Okay, cool, that's very good. And now before we will close this very exciting section called Azure services, I will talk about something less technical. Most like it's not really part of Azure portal actually, or Azure itself, but you will work with this very much. The likelihood is very high if you work with Azure, because it has very good integration. But what it is exactly, I will tell you in the next class.